So I saw this graphic and
Can I look at it, by the way?
Oh, you can look at it all you'd like. But this is during job interviews, employers say, this is college grads, recent college grads. 53% struggle with eye contact. Eye contact's a big thing. And sometimes I will say that's something I used to struggle with, because if you're not confident, if you're a little nervous, like you might not want to look someone, if you're not feeling your best about yourself, you might not want to look someone in the eye. I can overlook that. That's a skill I think you learn as you get older. Ask for an unreasonable compensation, 50-50. Like you should be paid for the job you're doing and also the time you put in. Dressed inappropriately, almost 47%. Used inappropriate language, 27%. F that, come on. 21% refused to turn on camera during a virtual interview. That is a little weird. Like, what are you doing? This is an interview for a job where you're going to be working at. Now, the one that is highlighted, I could not believe this. And I still don't believe this is real. 19% of recent college grads have brought a parent to their interview, Joe. All right, Joe, you're a business owner.
If somebody brought their parent with them,
would you even give them the time of day?
Okay, so
now I don't want to exclude. Maybe somebody needs them.
In that sample,
yes,
that was 19%, and they interviewed 800 employers, which means there are 160 parents that were brought to an interview. It's happened to me one time. I've probably interviewed maybe 1,000 people over the course of a year, and it's happened one time, and it did not add value to the interview. It did not add value. It was an immediate discount on whether or not I can fit you in.
Yes,
100%.
So 0.01%, well, 0.001% is how many out of all the interviews you've done, one person has brought a parent to an interview. Out of these, that number has only escalated by a huge number. So you're talking out of every 5 people you interview, 1 is bringing a parent to that interview.
And that is not, and it wasn't the parent came because they were his ride.
Yeah.
It was because they were part of the interview, and they were actually saying things in response to my questions in place of interviewee saying those things.
Not acceptable.
Crazy.
So now I don't own a business. I don't interview people. I have sat in on interviews, but if someone brought their parent to a job interview that the parent wasn't working at, maybe at that same business or something, like that parent brings, like you said, no value, that shows me a huge sign of weakness. One, maybe you said, like, maybe they don't have a car, maybe they're dropping them off. That's one thing. Okay, you can be driven to the interview, dropped off, walk in. Now we're talking a college grad, so we're talking at minimum 22 years old, maybe 23, 24, 25. If that kid goes into an interview and they bring their parent, I might have to laugh them out the door. Like, is your mom going to come with you to work? Is your dad going to come with you to work every day? Are they going to hold your hand? Are they going to wash your hands in the bathroom when you need to use the bathroom? Are they packing your lunch? It's like, I get some people might live at home to save some money, earn up for a house or an apartment or whatever. That's a whole different subject. But bringing them to an interview. So
it was bad.
This is Ryan in 8 years. If Ryan asked you to go to an interview, and I hate putting you on the spot like this, what would you say to him?
No, I mean, I am a big believer in consequences and natural consequences.
Yeah. And there's something to be said about being independent and being your own person. And hopefully as a parent, I think you've raised them the right way, that he'll be successful enough to know, hey, I need to go in there and get the job done myself. And then if I have any questions or if I need some advice, I can go to my dad on that, or I can go to my mom on that. This isn't like I need them right by my side or helicoptering over top of me.
Okay, so how much of do you think that is the kid wanting the parent to be there and how much is the parent saying, I'm going to be there because I'm going to protect my little.
That's a great, I think it's more the parent that wants
I
to be there.
agree.
Like, you better ask my son or my daughter the right questions, and you better treat them the right way. And they deserve, like, I wonder how many of those other things are due to the parents' influence too. It's like, no one is a perfect parent. No one's done it perfectly. You can raise your kids the right way though. And we all make mistakes. I do it every single day, multiple times a day, but I learn from those, and hopefully my kids do too. But it's like, at the end of the day, you hope you raise them right to become strong, independent people, and but know they can trust in you later if they need advice for something or whatever it might be. But it's like, my goodness, 20% of kids bringing a parent to an interview.
Can I give
That's
you
just a sad
Can I give you
state.
some advice I was
Yes.
given? One of my early mentors, this was back in 1998.
Mhm.
And they said, listen, Joe, when you do interviewing, right, I want you to
Mhm.
remember this one thing. You are not interviewing the candidate on your first round. You are interviewing the craziness they have at home. Pay attention to that.
Interesting.
Wives, girlfriends, weird mothers, and whatever. If you get a sampling on day one that they've got crazy at home, they will never get to be a good employee for you.
That's actually, I mean, that's a advice too to people doing some interviews. That's interesting.
Don't hire crazy.
No. And there are people that bring different talents to the table, but if you bring too much crazy, I don't care what your talents are. So you're not being an effective employee.